Good evening from Chicago. We made it out here.
We made it.
Yesterday we were in, yesterday morning we were in on Long Island.
Were we?
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
We really are road warriors.
I think so. The message.
Yeah, I was just saying, we haven't been home since April 21st.
Yeah. Heading back after this trip. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Are you good?
We have to start getting ready for the climbing for kids. We'll do some more promoting of that here shortly, right?
Well, I'm very claustrophobic. For those of you who don't know me, I'm extremely claustrophobic, and elevators are probably one of the most frightening places for me, but I deal with it. However, the hotel we're staying at here, which is an awesome hotel called the Lincoln, it's a very old hotel, and the elevators are very small and slow. And so there were 3 people already in the elevator, and we went to get in, and 2 people were getting in behind us, which would have meant like we would have been like this.
It would have been fine.
And I'm sure we would have been fine, because most things people worry about never happen. However, if you have a fear like that, I already couldn't breathe. So I got out of the elevator, and I didn't tell Jeffrey he had to get out, but I announced to the people, I didn't want them to be offended. I said, I'm so sorry, I'm super claustrophobic. And they were probably happy I got out too, because even if you're not claustrophobic, that was a small space. Anyway, we're up on the 11th floor, and so I was super excited to walk up those 11 flights. And Jeffrey keeps saying, we have to get back to hike a mountain to get ready for the climb. I'm like, we are getting ready for the climb by going up and down 11 flights. So forget about the elevator, Jeffrey.
Yep.
We are taking the
I'm
stairs.
doing it. I'm with you. That's fine. I'm with you.
Okay, good stuff.
That's great. So the message today, though, was about not watching the news. We've talked about this before, but we don't watch the news at all, and I suggest you don't either. The one thing I'll tell you, my dad was calling me about the farmlands, and everything was underwater and how nobody could plant. Now, I saw a few areas that are probably still a little mushy, but we've got, we drove through Pennsylvania and Ohio and Indiana, and the corn is all coming up beautiful. It's probably as green as ever. I was thinking that there are some people probably that they're happy they don't have to water as much because it has been so wet. So hopefully everything's back to normal. But again, watching the news, you would think, oh my God, all the crops are ruined. No one's going to be able to plant anything. I'm only talking about the highway, driving through all those states. But greener than green, the greenest fields of vegetables I've ever seen, which is incredible.
Beautiful. And it's not that we aren't empathetic to the happenings in the world. We are so empathetic, which is one of the main reasons we don't watch the news, is because it gets into our head and our heart, and it actually bothers us. It keeps us from sleeping, because the news never shows you good stuff. It only shows you bad stuff. And to your point about the crops, it shows you the segment where it's devastated, but it doesn't show you right next door where there is really, very little evidence that there was even any major flooding or water or anything like that.
Well, I was looking closely, and to be fair, maybe there was about, from what I could see, again, I'm just a guy driving across country, maybe 5 or 10% where it was a little wet. You could see where the crops would be a little yellow, where there was a little puddle of water in the middle, but 5 to 10%. The rest of it was vibrant green and growing.
But you wouldn't have even looked at that 5% had we not known about it. And the only reason that we knew about it is because Jeffrey's dad